things that I thought were bad about this update were not actually bad. Oh, that is a cool change. Okay, so they just changed it again. And then a level 2 horse. Oh, they increased it. That's awesome. Hey guys, Kafir just released another OBT, and I think this is going to be their last one. So let's go in, let's talk about all the hidden changes of this update. The first thing that I want to check, just because we've been asking so hard for it, is whether or not they're going to change the stable time. So let's go in here. Alright, stable time. Okay, this one's already going. Whoa, why is it? Okay, let's just look at recipe. Dang, it's still 3 days. I'm gonna look at my notes and we're gonna go through this just to let you guys know how this works. During these open beta tests, me and the research team, we kind of go and we just take a ton of notes on all the changes we find. We get the dev notes, we come up with our own notes, we find a bunch of things, we experiment a bunch of things. I don't know if you guys have seen some of the other videos I've already posted about this update. We just play the update even though we're not going to keep any of the progress, so that you guys can see what is available or what is different about this update. So the first thing that's pretty obvious to a lot of people is you can finish the stable now. If you guys didn't see the video where I finished the stable in that live stream, it's pretty much the same requirements, except they added an extra saddle. And then the recipe for the stable, it was 10 carats, now it's 20 carats, which again, carats is not a whole big deal. 20 carats buys you a horse. Every 3 days you can get a new horse. There is definitely a lot of us are kind of frustrated about that because it's so much grind or so much time for a free-to-play player to get to a level 4 horse. So we're talking about, maybe up to a year to get a level 4 horse, which is frustrating to, and that's not even necessarily guaranteeing the best animal. You're finally getting to the point where you get all of the buffs. And so we've really pushed back on that. They haven't made it easy for free-to-play players, for pay-to-win players either. You can see that it is very expensive to buy horses. We're talking about a lot of money. We're talking $50. We're talking about $5 or more per horse. So it's not that they're favoring pay-to-win over free-to-play in this update necessarily. It's just more that it doesn't seem like they value our time and our money. It just feels like they're like, no, the horse is worth a lot. And we're like, okay, I don't think a level 1 horse should be worth that much. You can see here that there's already 5 hidden changes here with this in the shop. And I do not recommend getting a level 2 rank horse. It is very easy. If you buy for 2,500 coins, you can get easily get over 3 rank 2 horses. So it's not a very good deal to buy the rank 2 horses. It's better to buy the 10 of these and then use that to get where you need to go. And then this black horse, this riding horse, is in my opinion a better deal than this because it has an extra movement speed bonus that makes it a pretty good horse. If you're not going to spend a lot of money, if you're going to spend a lot of money, then just buy a butt ton of these. But we're talking about a crazy amount of money to get a really good horse. So, but that's the way to go because you can get a wolf, which let me go into how that works real quick with you guys, because there's a lot of changes in that aspect that I didn't quite explain very well. Ooh. Okay, hold on. I wanted to see if there's anyone at Druids. But then we're going to go, and if you guys don't want to see any PvP or see any of this type of interaction, then just skip ahead a little bit to me being at the Newheim, because there's some really cool changes that they made. Things that I thought were bad about this update were not actually bad, but I'll show you that here in a little bit. Okay, so we're here. I'm going to equip my wolf just because I can. We're gonna search. One thing that I would love to find out is whether or not I can get stunned while I'm on my wolf. I'm pretty sure I cannot, because I don't think any status effects affect me. My own teammate can't even use his bird effect, which we'll show you that here in a little bit if he comes to Druid. He can't even use his bird effect on me. I think basically until they hit the 30 hit points, kill the 30 hit points of my wolf, so that he kind of runs away, then they're not going to be able to stun me or do any type of status effect, and I'm a lot faster than them. So the mounts is a really cool aspect of the game. No one's here, and this is the problem with the beta server, is that you know, a lot of people, you don't get to keep your progress, and so a lot of people don't really want to play it a whole lot. Personally, I think you guys should, because you do. I'm pretty sure you get to keep your progress. Someone let me know in the comments. I'm pretty sure you get to keep your progress from beta test to beta test. I mean, I know that Mahmoud has been able to keep his progress. So, okay, so in the live stream that I did where I kind of showed you guys everything, I went into the popular district, which, you know, for those of you who are very low district level, you're going to have to also go into this lower level. But you can see here that if I'm going to combine these two horses, I need to spend 10 silver. And then if I'm combining level 2 horses, let me see if I can buy one more horse. Oh my gosh, I can't even buy one more horse. So yeah, they made it really expensive to buy horses. All right, we're gonna switch over to our wolf again. I love the movement speed of the wolf. All right, now we're gonna enter our own district, and I'm gonna show you guys that the best way to do this is actually get to district level 83. It's gonna take you a while to build your stable. District level 83 is possible. It's within the free-to-play range of, you know, every free-to-play player needs to get to 69. Now I would say 83, and a free-to-play player wants to get to 111. That's kind of the ultimate goal of the free-to-play player in their district levels. So the 83 is within the range, and now you can see I can take these same two horses and I can combine them and I can exchange them for 0 silver. So I think this is very important. You know, get a level 1 horse. If you're a free-to-play player, get a level 1 horse, ride your level 1 horse, collect lots of level 1 horses until you get to district level 83, but don't actually combine any. Maybe you could combine for one level 2 horse just because it's only 10 silver, but I would really strongly recommend waiting and using that silver to get to district level 83 before trying to upgrade any of your horses. Okay, so this is another element of a hidden change here. You've got the horse, which has 15 resilience. It has these different perks you can get on it. Oh, that is a cool change. Okay, so they just changed it again. They're tweaking this as we go, so I'm learning a lot here. But you can see mount perks are 3% stronger traveling speed. So this is the riding horse. And then here's I guess horses automatically become riding horses once you get them to a certain level, even though you can buy one at a lower level. And traveling speed is 30. And then the wolf is just absolutely so powerful. We've got an additional 5 inventory slots. Okay, actually, I'm going to go here to the perks. So you can see here that a horse can give you 40 movement speed, which is honestly, someone with instigator gear and hunter, you know, the hunter class, and they kind of, especially if they use a speed potion, they can actually run faster than this horse. But that would be very difficult to get there. Usually 32 is really fast, and so even a level 1 horse is going to give you a little bit of a speed boost. 15 resilience is not a whole lot. It's like one shot and you lose your horse, and then no extra movement speed there, but you do travel on the world map faster, so that is helpful. Then there's the riding horse, which once you get an upgrade. Basically, either you buy the riding horse or you just upgrade your horse until it turns into a riding horse. You've got a little bit faster movement speed. You got that 42 movement speed. Still same resistance, still same inventory slots. You get a little bit more movement speed on the world map. You get mounts. The perks are 3% stronger, which I don't think is going to really affect anything. And then you can get up to 5% of all of these boosts here. And so you can see here we've got 5, 10, 15. All right, so we have 19 different perks. So I count that as 19 changes, and then you got those two. So really we're looking at just this one window is 23 hidden changes. So that's kind of how I count all of the changes. But then we go over to a wolf, and the wolf has some really powerful buffs that I haven't gotten yet, but it's pretty ridiculous. We got 30% or 30 resilience. We got this icon right here in the middle is 5 extra inventory slots. We got 45 movement speed, so a little bit faster than the riding horse, and travel speed on the world map is plus 50%. Exit location 30% faster. Okay, that is really powerful. You can leave a map sooner now. And then may have rare or very rare perks. So yeah, the wolf is really OP, and I have mixed feelings about this. I'm really excited about the wolf. I'm excited about this, but right now, though, unless they fix the stable and that 3-day limit, it just makes Frostborn significantly more pay to win than it's ever been. So, but I'm going to read these anyways. We got the Spellmaster, which is class spells recharge 15% faster. That is really powerful. The Helper increases efficiency of self-healing spells. So that's cool. That might be good for someone who's a healer. Bonus to move speed after dismounting. A little boost after. That would be good for anyone who's wanting to kind of chase someone. And then the Guardian, damage resistance after damage. Oh my gosh, that is so powerful to be able to dismount and receive 30% less damage. That would be very, very powerful. I really want to wolf with that. And then you can see here that all of these skills can get up to 7%, and you've got all of the same ones that we were talking about. Obedient is the summoning time. That's how fast you can summon your wolf. That again is good for chasing someone, but probably not in my playstyle. Probably not what I'm really gunning for. So you can see here that just this window is worth another 30 hidden changes. Okay, then we move to the bear, and honestly, I've never even seen the bear, and this looks... I have so many mixed feelings about this, because obviously this is amazing, and it really gets me excited about getting it, but knowing the numbers and how difficult it is for us to get it, and how rare it's going to be, and how people are going to spend... I don't mind people spending thousands to get it early, but the fact that a free-to-play player, it feels like it's going to have almost no chance of getting this, just makes me... it makes me... yeah. So I have mixed feelings about this, but we've got 10 extra inventory slots. We've got traveling speed of the world map by 50%. That really goes a lot faster. Exiting locations by 50%. So that's, being able to get out of a zone really quickly. And then you can see these amazing perks. So trainer, give extra mastery points, bonus to light armor, bonus to medium armor, and bonus to heavy armor. All getting... Wow, those are such powerful perks. All right, and then we've got plus 5 inventory slots. So at this point, if you had a bear with a saddlebag perk, you would get, and then you wore like a personal bag, you could carry like an entire team's worth of loot. And then there's a leap, allows you to jump forward for 2 seconds, stun all enemies at the landing point. So basically you could become a Thrasher even if you're not a Thrasher. So that's crazy. How does it even work? Oh my gosh, I really want to get that just to see what it looks like. Okay, then we've got class spells recharge faster by 15%. Okay, so then we have all of the purples that we already saw on the wolf, which are amazing. Again, that guardian and that quick legs, those are really good for like team play. If you get a guardian perk as someone who's going to be taking the damage anyways, it's just really powerful. People won't know you have that really strong resistance when they initiate that fight. You can see that even though these buffs are the same as the wolf, there's still another change in and of themselves, because each element of this is added by the devs. The devs put so much work into this update. So you can see that there are a lot of hidden changes just in the Stable Master. There is so much. It's another one of those kind of infinity things that we can be working towards, which I don't mind the infinity aspect. I just mind that I want people to have some pretty good chances of competing. And honestly, the more I look at this update, the more I think the devs are going to change this. There's no way they're going to just be like, oh yeah, let's keep it this way forever. I have a feeling a lot of times Kefir likes to make things really difficult at first, so hard, just a huge grind at first, and then over time they make it easier and easier. Okay, so we just went through the fact that they added the stable in there. We went through the Stable Master. We talked about all of those changes. Okay, so one thing that I forgot to mention, I don't have to go in there, but in the popular district, if you go to the altar where you donate for points, you can now donate horseshoes for 10 points. I'm assuming you can donate bridles and saddles, but I haven't tried that yet. And so you can donate quite a bit. So you can donate those items. Obviously, you only want to do that once you've already found all of your items. And you really want to help your teammates get all of their items, all of their horseshoes, all of their bridles and stuff first, because having a full team on horseback is going to allow you to initiate fights just a little bit better. So keep that in mind. They made quite a few changes to Odin's. Not only did they add a lot more chances to get the horseshoes and bridles, but they also added the saddle into the game for the first time. And I think I already mentioned that you now need 2 saddles instead of 1. That was the only change they made to the stable. You can see here on the map that I have the horse icon because I am mounted on a horse, whereas Mahmoud still has his little Viking helmet. They also made a change with the caches to where now when you open them, they give more weapons and less marks and seals, which is really good, because now that marks and seals are personal, they kind of suck, and a lot of us don't like them, and I'm still a little bit frustrated about that change. I think that the game, I personally really like freedom in a game, and I want to be able to do the decisions that I want to make. And even though I'm not even that big of a trader in this game, like I don't do a lot of trading, not nearly as much as someone like Flop Power, I still like the fact that I have the option. And so the more options they take away, personally, I would have them get rid of the personal aspect of a level 3 bag. I just think less items that are personal are better. I understand them needing to do some, but when I think about what I love as a gamer in a game, I love to have freedom. And so the devs set up the rules, but I have freedom within those rules. And so the more they constrict, I don't like that. So another thing that I didn't mention about the Stable Master is, from what we can tell, the way to get a wolf is to combine a bunch of level 2 horses without, choosing a skin, without selecting a skin. Have them, those level 2 horses turn into a level 3 horse, and you have a chance of having a wolf. And then the way to get a bear is the same thing again, but it's level 3 horses or wolves or whatever, and not selecting a skin and having it promote to level 4 without having selected that skin. That way you have that chance of getting a bear. So obviously the amount of times you're going to be rolling for a level 4 animal is going to be rare, and so that's going to make the bear an extremely rare item in the game. On that note, guys, when you come to the Stable Master, you'll notice that a level 1 horse gives a 30% chance of getting, so I recommend doing 3 level 1 horses to get to level 2. That gives you that 90% chance. And then a level 2 horse, oh, they increased it. That's awesome. Okay, so it gives a 25% chance. So now you can get up to 4. So you can still get a 100% chance, which is my recommendation, but I'm not a very risky person. And then this is a 15% chance, which is amazing. So now you have a 60% chance. If you fill all the slots with level 3 horses, you have a 60% chance of getting a level 4 horse. This is awesome. I just now noticed this change. This is different from the earlier versions of this. So maybe what the devs are thinking is, hey, instead of giving you a horse every 1 day like y'all are requesting, we're just going to make it easier for you guys to upgrade those horses, which honestly, I love that. I think that I would choose the better percentages here over being able to get a horse. They just made the horse, a level 1 horse, worth a lot more, because now a level 1 horse, pretty much 3 of them guarantees you a level 2 horse, and then 12 of them pretty much guarantees you a level 3 horse. And then once you get 48 of those level 1 horses, then you can have a really good chance of getting a level 4 horse. So I still don't like it. I still think they need to move it down to at least a day. I told them that I think they need to move it to 6 hours. I just think if they're going to do this kind of like, ooh, we're wanting to loot for all of these perks, they need to give people lots and lots of chances to get these perks. The chances of getting, people are going to want to max out. That's what gamers want to do. We want to max things out. So we're going to all want to have a bear with all orange skills. And that's impossible. Even if they made it every hour, we would not be able to ever attain that, but we would still keep shooting for that until we got that, until we worked towards that. And so I don't like that when they make infinity pools like that in a game, because it makes it to where now there's always imbalances in the game. Right now, it is very difficult to get to Assassin 3, but you at least know if I donate this amount, if I grind this amount, I can get there, and then I can have the advantage that everyone else has. Whereas now with the kind of the loot box mentality, you just don't know whether or not you're going to get that advantage or not. And so, I don't know. I don't like it, but it's their game, not mine. Okay, so they made a lot of other changes. You can see here that the Druid has been changed pretty significantly. Let's go over here to the Druid 2. You'll see that the way that their armor works now is that when you're in bear form, you now do 70% of weapon damage initially with a hit, and then it causes bleeding, and the enemy takes 30% over time. And for the Druid 1, you've got 70% and 30%. Wait, something's not right here. I think this is supposed to be 100% and 30%.
They didn't change it in the OBT. Yeah.
Okay, well, it's gonna end up changing to that. And so the Druid now does a lot more damage, but it's no longer the best to have a fire bow. They removed fire damage, your claw doing fire damage. And so I think that's a really good change. They made the Druid just a little bit less OP. They made the fire bow a little bit less, the ultimate weapon for every class. So that's good. They did change where now when you delete an item, it shows you the item there, a little new pop-up window. So that's a pretty big change. They changed emoting. So you can see here, you now have 5 to choose from. And you can go here and you can actually test out each one of these to decide what you want. And you're not actually doing it. This is just the customization. You kind of bring them over here and you customize the 5 you want to use. And that way you have this. So they made a lot of changes to the UI of the game. So you can see here that the aggressive mode is now at the bottom of the screen. And that's just because when you're mounting on your wolf, they changed up there in the UI to now you have your gear score goes down, you got the defense, the resilience of your wolf there. Similarly, they changed where you can see the food and your hunger and thirst bar. You can see it there at the top right of the screen. They made it, they just changed it in the UI. They just kind of tweaked everything. They added, over here, your wolf and your option to have all of your mounts here and kind of sort them and choose them accordingly. They added this little horse symbol, here in the inbox. They just made a few UI changes here. They added this, just different changes here in the system. They changed Jotunheim Gate. Instead of saying, oh, now you have to open the Forbidden Library, which, was like, oh man, they just keep pushing things off, because it used to say, you have to have a horse to get here. They now changed it to next update, which honestly, guys, that is so exciting, because Jotunheim is, that means new areas, new resources. I'm really surprised that they're going to do that in the next update, because they've been doing updates like every, month, maybe even every few weeks. So that's just a pretty crazy change that they would already be adding those elements. Hopefully, yeah. Anyways, so that's a really exciting change that they changed it to next update. They're also telling us what's coming next, which is unusual for them. The truce remains. Some of you are really happy about that. Others of you are devastated about that. I keep asking the devs. We keep coming up with suggestions, and they're like, hey, we're working on other updates. We'll think about raiding later. And so we'll see. But as it is, the truce remains. It is still technically a temporary event, but they haven't said anything about changing it yet. You guys probably saw in the live stream video that you can no longer be turned into a bird, while you're in a wolf. And I think that also means you can't be stunned. They have to get through the resilience of your animal before they can do really anything to you. The stun barrier for Thrasher rank 1 and 2 now works properly. It was having trouble stunning people. Pathfinder's fire arrow now deals the amount of damage that it says that it will deal. They fixed the description here on Shadow Step for the assassin. Apparently they fixed the visuals and timing of several spells, so I don't have time to check all of them, but it looks like there's at least 8 different things that they tweaked to make it just look better when you cast a spell. Everything lines up better. And then they changed Gorgon, they added some new sounds, and they changed the boss fight. And if you guys saw that other video I posted, they tweaked how you fight Gorgon. They made him a little bit smarter, which that might only account for one change. But what's crazy about it is that one change of making him kind of move towards the tank in between different things, it drastically changes the whole fight. It really creates the feel of about 10 different changes. And then they fixed a bunch of minor UI issues. So, and then they fixed a bunch of user interface issues. So overall, this is I'm really conflicted about this update. It's an amazing update on one sense. I mean, they added some amazing things into the game. It's really exciting. I can't wait to have mounts. I can't wait to see us use mounts in battle where you kind of ride in with, 4 people riding bears or wolves or whatnot, kind of riding in and then dismounting and having a PvP fight. Those all sound really epic, but I just don't like how pay to win, or not even how to pay to win, because again, it's very expensive for pay-to-win players. I don't like the infinitum aspect of the game to where players can't max out. There is now, once this update goes live, there is now going to be advantages that some players have over other players, and free-to-play players will never even be able to grind to match that advantage. That's gonna really, I think, hurt the timeless aspect of this game. It's gonna make it to where I don't think this game will ever be the League of Legends or Fortnite or any of those games, because it will always have that advantage. You know, it may become a Clash of Clans, which is huge. That would be amazing, and I'd be excited about that for them, but it will never be a League of Legends. And that's kind of what I've been hoping for mobile gaming, and so it doesn't seem like the devs are going that direction. But it is a pretty awesome update. There's some really cool things. I definitely want those aspects of it. They're kind of going in a different direction than the way that I thought they were going. All right, guys. I'll see you next time.